In 1937, on a warm summer day in July, one of the most famous figures in aviation history, Amelia Earhart, disappeared without a trace over the Pacific Ocean. Earhart wasn't just any pilot, she was a pioneer, a woman who exceeded all expectations and made history with every flight she took. But her final adventure, a flight around the world, ended in a mystery that still captures the world's attention today. Let's go back to where it all began. Amelia Earhart was born on July 24, 1897, in the quiet town of Atchison, Kansas. Even as a young girl, she had a strong passion for flying, a passion that would take her to great heights. In 1923, she became one of the first women in the United States to earn a pilot's license. But her name truly became legendary in 1932, when she became the first woman to fly solo across the Atlantic Ocean. This was just the beginning of her incredible career in aviation. In 1937, determined to push the limits once again, Amelia decided to take on the longest and most difficult flight of her life, a flight around the world along the equator. She chose Fred Noonan, an experienced navigator, to be her partner on this mission. They set off on June 1 from Miami, Florida, in a specially equipped plane called the Lockheed Electra 10E. Their journey took them to exotic places, from the deserts of Africa to the jungles of Southeast Asia. They flew more than 35,000 kilometers and finally reached Papua New Guinea. It was here that they prepared for the last and most crucial leg of their journey, a 7,000-kilometer flight over the vast, blue expanse of the Pacific Ocean, aiming to reach a tiny island called Holland Island. But on July 2, 1937, early in the morning, something went terribly wrong. Amelia and Fred left Papua New Guinea, heading toward Holland Island, but what happened next is a mystery. A U.S. ship, the USCGC Itasca, was ready to guide them to their destination, but radio contact with the plane was worryingly poor. Amelia reported that she couldn't find the island and that they were running out of fuel. The last message she sent came at 8:43 a.m. She was circling around, searching for the island, but it was nowhere to be seen. And then, silence. The plane disappeared from radar, and Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan were never seen again. What followed was one of the largest search and rescue operations in history. The U.S. Navy and Coast Guard searched the area thoroughly, but no trace of the plane was ever found. The world was left with nothing but questions and speculations. Many theories were developed to explain their disappearance. Some believed that the plane simply ran out of fuel and crashed into the ocean. But there are also stories of a possible emergency landing on a remote island called Gardner Island, now known as Nkomororo, where remnants of a camp and mysterious artifacts, like a woman's watch and American makeup bottles, were found. Could Amelia have tried to survive there, only to eventually succumb to the harsh conditions? There's even a theory suggesting that Amelia and Fred were captured by the Japanese on the Marshall Islands, mistaken for spies, and possibly executed. And then there's the idea that Amelia was on a secret spy mission for the U.S. government and later started a new life under a different name. But as interesting as these theories are, none of them have ever provided solid proof. To this day, the fate of Amelia Earhart and Fred Noonan remains one of the greatest mysteries in aviation history. It's a story that continues to intrigue, a story of bravery, adventure, and an unsolved puzzle that reminds us of how small we are in the vastness of our world. What really happened to Amelia Earhart? We may never know. But her legacy, as a pioneer, a symbol of women's strength, and an unforgettable adventurer, lives on, as the world keeps searching for answers.